Good afternoon. Today I'm going to show you how to use Windows Vista. We are going to do some basic display configuration. You first, like many other versions of Windows, come to Start, Control Panel, and as it brings it up, you are going to want to come over here, down one, to Appearance and Personalization. Okay, there are many little areas here, many things that are very interesting. We are going to go to Personalization. Okay, there's quite a few things here that are important. First, we'll look at window color and appearance. This is just going to deal with the basics of the colors. Like up here, you could try the orange, see it changes that color. You could do red, you could do pink, you could do frost. The default. And you can go anywhere in the range. So you can go all the way down here to where it just barely even registers. This is a fun one. You can change the hue. I can drag here today. So if I wanted a green one, could change how saturated it is, which will change the color just a little bit. The brightness. So that is what I will say is okay. So we've changed the color and appearance. Then you come in here to Desktop, Background. Now you could come in and you could look at the pictures you have and say you wanted to have a picture of your son as the background. You could do that. You could do sample pictures, which are pictures already found on your computer. I like the Windows wallpapers. They're just easy to use. Something interesting, if it doesn't show up in this pull down screen here, you can browse to wherever your pictures are. So if it's not on over on the regular page, you can find it. So say we want our page to look like that. Down at the bottom, we're going to use the image of the rocks on the beach. You could have it be centered in the center of the page. To me, that leaves a lot of space out here that is another color, and I don't like it. This is tile, and it means that it sort of takes a bunch of them and puts them all there. Or you can make it fit to the screen, and I prefer fit to screen, so we're going to say OK. If we put this down, you can see our picture has been put on. Screensaver. Okay, with your screensaver, see here, it's set already to photos. You can choose anything though. Let's preview that. Here's Mystify. Always makes me sick. So make it one you like. You can come in and change things up. Okay, again, I use the presets and in the preview. You'll see that the time the computer is supposed to wait until you turn it on, until it turns it on, I've got it set to 180 minutes. That's because I was just in here and did a defragment on my computer, and you don't want a defragmentation being interrupted by anything, so I always boost the minutes. You can display log-on screen so that when it resumes, somebody has to log back on. If you're in a setting where many people are going to be using it, this is a good idea. I always click apply and then OK. Sounds is something you can go in and have a little bit of fun with. I just find them irritating. But if you're in a setting where you need that extra security, where things being done to your computer, having a sound pop up when it's being done to it may be important. Mouse pointer, we'll learn about that a little bit here. The mouse pointers, you can change up. Got an older, slower computer, so it'll take a second here. He's still thinking. There we go. There we go. Mouse properties. Okay. Windows arrow has all these different schemes. You could use the dinosaurs, old-fashioned. Let's try the old-fashioned. Then you can see you go in there, and it when it's normal, it looks like a hand is what it's going to look like. Help. Working is the horse. System is busy, the barber pole. You can choose any one of these you'd like. We're going to apply that. What buttons? You can choose which buttons you want to do. Double click speed, how fast is your clicking. Pointer option, pointer speed, do you want it fast? You're going to snap to move pointer to the default button in the dialog box. The scroll, if you have the scroll in the center, you can make it go 3 lines at a time or more. Okay, if you have the horizontal scrolling, you come in here and look at the hardware, and you just saw we had made that change, and there was the barber pole. So here's some information. So there is some changes you can make. There's our barber pole. It's trying to think, it's trying to think. Oh, it's so slow. It's trying to think. Come on, okay. So while it's doing that, I'm going to pull up the personalization screen again. Okay, the theme. The theme is more than just one thing. It's the entire, all these changes we've just been making. Sounds, icons, the background, everything. You can make 2 or 3 themes in here, and then whoever, if you have multiple people using the same computer, they could change their theme. Especially with the sounds and icons and like the mouse and stuff, it might be important. Display settings. This is a big one, and unfortunately with Vista you did not get a lot of choice. You can change your resolution. The one thing I did like is that it does say, like right here in the center, what is in my hard drive. What is there. So you can change the resolution to high, and you can see it doesn't really click in between. It's one or the other on the little hash marks. Do you want a 16-bit color or a 32-bit color? Now this was a little fun. I got into it earlier. You look at advanced settings, And if no one has ever told you, it really helps both you and whoever works on your computer if you write information like this down when you see it, and then just keep it in a little notebook or you know, some stapled pages or whatever in your filing cabinet. Here's the adapter that is inside my computer that allows this is the it's an analog video card. The chip type BIOS tells me about the Intel video BIOS. There's a lot of information. Don't come in and change any of this. If you find places to change it, just come in and read it and leave it alone. Monitor type it's a Dell. It's analog. I could come in here and look at the properties for it. If I'm busy, leave me alone. This is one thing I do not like about Vista, is it always goes black for a second, scares you. And then it goes to the please let me, Windows is saying it's okay for you to look. So in here, here's where I can find out more about my monitor. Tells me how it's working. Tells me about the driver. This is a 2009 driver, so I could come up in here and update this driver if I needed to, if I felt I wanted to. Also gives you other details. We're not going to mess with any of this right this second. It allows you to troubleshoot it. It's saying that so far it looks like there's no that you're not allowed to make changes to the hardware. Color management. Here's the other place you can come in if you know information about it. So for the display, I can do the color, and then these are all of my printers. So I could come in here and mess with the color for my printers as well. Again, here's some information about the profiles. And some advanced. And again, unless you know what all of this is, it's a really good idea. You can look at it, but just do not mess with it. And this graphics driver was really cool. It came with its own little interface here, and you click here, graphics properties, and then you're going to see it's going to pop up its own. Here's its own little GUI graphic interface that you can come in here and play with. Display settings. You can see the flickering. It's going to take it a second to change. And I always get very tired of it and go before it's ready. But so you can come in and you can change things. And this is a lot of fun to play in, but I haven't seen it in too many other computers. So that is how you come in and you change. You can exit out of all of these, by the way. It's how you come in and you change your display settings.